Welcome to MojoPlays. Today, we're looking at the 10 video games with the best UI design. It's not easy to be this stylish. For this list, we're looking at games with great UI/UX design that have to be both visually unique and user-friendly.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Ghostbusters, the video game.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
Not enough people remember how great this 2009 game was, and that's a crying shame. It was remastered for its 10th anniversary in 2019, and it remains a refreshing and unique experience. One part of what makes it so enduring is its use of diegetic UI elements. That is, UI elements that actually exist in the world of the game. You've got your trusty PKE meter that you can pull out to look for ghosts and secret items. The color of the meter's display changes depending on whether you're on the trail of a ghost or an Easter egg. It's not a perfect game, and it can get annoying when your fellow Ghostbusters are constantly downed in combat, but the PKE meter's implementation is the thing that makes you feel like a genuine Ghostbuster. Firewatch. There's an ideal blend of diegetic and non-diegetic elements in Firewatch, which makes it an incredibly accessible game, where it's always easy to understand where you are and what you're meant to be doing. Henry needs to use all the tools he finds along the way, including a compass and a map, to navigate his corner of the Shoshone, and he'll also helpfully draw on the map and write notes as you go. There's that and the walkie-talkie he uses to talk to Delilah, who will get annoyed if you take too long to reply. There's still plenty of non-diegetic pop-ups, like text to tell you what items are and when you can interact with Delilah, but you're in for an immersive experience of the digital outdoors nonetheless.
I found where they did the controlled burn. I can hike right through here now.
Cuphead. In the run-up to its release, and indeed in the years since, Cuphead has been lauded for its art direction. It knows exactly what it wants to be, what it's taking inspiration from, and what it needs to look like, and the art team and the UI designers did an incredible job here. With all the HUD elements and menus sharing the 1930s animation style, Cuphead's art direction is strong and consistent all the way through. Your immersion is never broken because every part of the game serves its theme and nothing seems like it's not supposed to be there. LA Noire.
A city of dreamers.
It's easy to think of UI purely in terms of the visual HUD that you can always see on screen. But UI/UX is the entire experience of how the player interacts with the game and how the game communicates with them. LA Noire did something extremely unique by choosing to give players information via its music and other diegetic elements. When you're exploring a crime scene and looking for clues, the intriguing 1940s style music will play, with a tinkling piano indicating you're near to a new piece of evidence.
We know all about the argument. Miss Goleta made a statement.
When the crime scene is cleared, there's a musical sting to let you know. Other elements are diegetic, like Phelps's notebook being your menu, and you need to study people's faces to work out if they're lying.
You made a movie of Jessica. I found the canister.
The deal is I get to sell the movies to burlesque houses and private collectors.
Alien Isolation. Finally, a game worthy of the iconic movie franchise it's based on, Alien Isolation remains a brilliant piece of survival horror. In order to keep the mood of the original two movies, we see the sets and style masterfully recreated, complete with retro-futuristic 80s technology. This theme made its way into all the UI elements, which look like they're being rendered on an early binary computer. And much like the PKE meter in Ghostbusters, you've got the series' equally famous motion detector. used to track hostile humans, androids, and of course, xenomorphs as they stalk the hallways of Sevastopol. Death Stranding.
Have a pleasant journey.
As in other franchises, Sam has helpful holograms to tell what his various stats are, but this is still Death Stranding. So the stats you need to know aren't stats that are important in basically any other game. You've got a scanner that will point out dangerous terrain and its elevation, for instance, so that you can plan your optimal route across the country. You'll need to remember to grip for balance, keep an eye on Sam's stamina, and even empty his bladder of all that monster energy drink when the time comes. It's helpful, extremely well designed, and always serves the gameplay. Mirror's Edge.
Wires are fizzing about you, Faith. Sounds like some blues are headed your way. News chopper tipped them off.
One of the most visually minimalistic games ever to release, Mirror's Edge has virtually no heads-up display to speak of. When runner vision is activated, everything you can climb or jump on is highlighted bright red as you approach. But this is far less invasive than it might seem. It all becomes part of the game's bright visual style, using lots of bold whites, oranges, and blues as well as red. The world itself is communicating with you so that the game feels as fast and fluid as possible. And if you're already a Mirror's Edge expert, you can turn off runner vision and let only your memory and the level design guide you. Metroid Prime. Great diegetic UI may have been pioneered with Metroid Prime. The first 3D Metroid at the time, it seemed like it was taking a lot of risks. Though, in hindsight, Nintendo knew exactly what it was doing by taking the franchise 3D. We're now playing from Samus's perspective, and her high-tech mercenary spacesuit has all kinds of stats and readouts, including a mini-map, objective markers, and other pieces of important information. But because you have the context of this being Samus's helmet projecting helpful information, none of it is invasive or immersion breaking. Years on, and developers in all genres are still aping this iconic design choice. Persona 5. This game is outstanding in every way, but Persona 5 could be the single most stylish game ever released, which isn't easy when it's competing with the likes of Devil May Cry. The entire menu system and interface is made to look like the calling cards the Phantom Thieves leave their victims, featuring bold colors, comic book visuals, and letters that look like they were cut from a magazine and turned into a ransom note. Since Persona 5 is, like its predecessors, a turn-based RPG, its core gameplay boils down to navigating around menus. That's why those menus have to look great. And what we have is one of the best-looking games of all time. Dead Space series.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm not the one shooting at you.
Undoubtedly the grandfather of iconic UI design, Dead Space left shoes that no other series has ever really filled. All the technology in the Dead Space universe is based around holograms, and as such, all of Isaac's inventory and his comm system are projected in front of him by his suit. Not only that, but his health, stasis, and kinesis meters are also part of his suit, visible on his back at all times. Everything in the game except the subtitles appear to be diegetic like this, and it's a great way to have the total immersion of survival horror without the mood being broken by invasive HUD elements. And with the Callisto Protocol and a Dead Space remake on the horizon, it won't be long until we get to experience this outstanding design once again.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.